What's good, YouTube? What's poppin'? Leo Fortune back with another video, back with another banger, and back with another reaction. So yeah, today I'm gonna be doing a little reaction to what's really going on in Toronto, Canada. You know, with all these restrictions that we have on us, and you know, being censored through the media. The media is playing a big role in censoring the people and putting out certain narratives that people aren't too happy with. And I want you guys to really get involved in this video with me and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. It's not really about my opinion. It's I want to know what your guys' opinion is. I'm just gonna show you guys a few different videos, and I'm gonna react to them and just really see what these government officials, because that's what this is, government officials are talking about, these restrictions that we're going through in Canada, in Ottawa, in Ontario, everywhere in Canada. So let's get into this video. This guy right now, this is the media. You know, right now the media in Canada, people are not really, you know, I've heard that they've been getting canceled, put it that way. They're canceled. CBC, CDTV, all these medias, they've been canceled. People don't want to hear from them because they're not really speaking the truth. I have seen some of it because I watched some of it, and then I'm like, they're just not being truthful. So let's do this. Oh, Canada. Anyhow, guys, let's get into this video. Let's get it poppin'. This is gonna be funny, man.
These protests being harassed, screamed at, as you can hear.
And by the way, shout out to Mr. Sunshine Baby. I like his videos. You know, watch his videos, and you know what? Comment down below in his videos. Let him know where you guys seen him from over here at Leo's Fortune, and comment down below and let me know about how you like this video. And give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And I'm going to keep pushing these videos out. You already know. Let's get to it.
This is the one thing, Yasmin, that unites these groups that have been protesting here in Ottawa for the last 3 weeks is the way they feel about the media. And they are venting it loudly and often, as you can tell. So we apologize. We're not kind of the kinder, gentler Canada you may be used to seeing.
You're a real true hero, bud.
You're a true hero, bud.
Fucking sleazebags. Get a real fucking job.
I've lost the ID.
Fucking sack the goddamn shit. Who pays your checks?
We lost.
Guys, the media is the virus. You guys disgusting.
Yo, this guy, you could tell he's scared. He's mad. He's annoyed. Let's watch that one more time. This is too funny, like, for real.
Harassed, screamed at, as you can hear. This is the one thing, Yasmin, that unites these groups that have been protesting here in Ottawa for the last 3 weeks is the way they feel about the media. And they are venting it loudly and often, as you can tell. So we apologize. We're not kind of the kinder, gentler Canada you may be used to seeing.
You're a real true hero, bud. True hero. Fucking sleazebags. Get a real fucking job.
I've lost the ID.
Fucking sack the goddamn shit. Who pays your checks?
We lost.
Yo, what did he just say? You're a sack of goddamn what? Yo, this is bananas.
Guys, the media is the virus. You guys disgusting.
Thanks, Yasmin. Appreciate it.
I'm from a communist country. I don't want to live.
They do not want the media right now. They're just booing these guys. Hard body, man. Yo, let's watch that. The man has to put his. He was coming out. He was coming out to, and he has to just leave. Yeah. He's scared. Cops have to protect the media out here right now. And it's not even like Canadians are really gonna do nothing, because this is a peaceful protest. Like, let's be honest. They're just like literally just calling them out, calling a spade a spade. That's just really what it comes down to. This is not they're not waving no Nazi flags like the media has been saying. Honestly, even the Nazi flag, that was one time. And this is why people are so upset, because there was one guy, and you know, in all of protests, especially when you're making an effect on the government and the government thinks you're small and all of a sudden you're being talked about worldwide, let's be honest, they're gonna infiltrate. They always infiltrate. So I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying we gotta take that in consideration. It could have been an infiltration, because how come there was just one guy and then they never seen that person ever again? Those flags were never around. Anyhow, or maybe it was again. Even if it was one bad apple. But listen, this is a peaceful protest. Let's be honest, majority. But in every protest, there's always going to be a one or two offs that, you know, can get out of line. Let's be honest. Let's get to it. I'm out of here. Jeez.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Yo, this guy probably went home with his head down like, yo. The cops saved your butt, buddy. Honestly.
Hang on, I know why. Hal Morning's been eating at me after hearing that Dougie Ford there went and called a friggin' state of emergency for Ontario. Ford. For what? For a peaceful protest? This is bullshit. Oh, hang on, I know why. Because of Ford and GM's breathing down his fucking neck because they friggin' can't get their goddamn car parts from the Windsor border. That's what it's all coming down to. And now the state of emergency. You want to know what a state of emergency was? When Black Lives Matter in fucking Minneapolis fucking burned half the fucking city down. That would have been a state of emergency.
And they didn't even
looting, murder, friggin'.
Do you guys really know what a state of emergency is? State of emergency, in other words, is martial law. That's what they actually claimed on the Canadian public of peaceful protesting. Martial law. Martial law comes if there's like from what I know it was done 3 times. I don't know the dates, but I know it was World War I, World War II, and I think it was like 1970 something when there was an officer or someone got killed or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but it was like some Jurassic. These is peaceful protest. A state of emergency? We call martial law? Jesus. Yo, man. Power is hell of a thing. I don't know what to say. Let's continue listening to these government officials. Not me. Government officials.
Blowing up buildings, tearing up cars, flipping them all over, riots. And they never called it a state of emergency. And you're calling this a state of emergency? Oh, I know why. Because you're not making any goddamn money. That's what it comes down to. You're not making any money. You still got your little business on the side and making your little sticky notes put on the friggin' floors and a little plexiglass going around.
So that's a fact. I didn't even know that. I found that out not too long ago that he actually, Doug Ford actually owns that company that does the Pepsi glass on almost every, grocery store you go to, Walmart's, and that plastic that's there. He owns it here in Canada. And that like in the malls they have like little directions, or it tells you 6 feet, those little pasty things that they have them everywhere. He owns that company, so he's making mad money off of this. This is crazy. Let's continue.
And you got Mr. Trudeau there, friggin' what? Sorry, Mr. Trudeck. Out there, friggin', what's he doing? He's out there making 30-40% on per shot. That's what they said. I don't know. Don't mark my words for that, as I don't know. I heard that. I don't know. I didn't look into it. So don't go
30-40% on a shot. I don't know about that one. For real? Hey man, these are their people. This is our people, Canadian people. But it's their people in the sense that this is a government official. This is a popo. This is a cop, an officer. So, we're listening to them. I don't know shit. Again, this is not about my opinion. This is about what these people are saying.
Out on my page. I'm just tired of it. You know, I know 4 people that had the shots, and I think 3 of them were boosted too. So, and they got COVID. They got COVID. All right, just like Trudeau got COVID. Me, I have not had a shot.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Really, really, really though. Imagine that. Like you get COVID. You have 3 You got 3 shots and a booster, or 2 shots and a booster, whichever way you want it. And you can still give it to somebody though. So, like, and then they tell you 1 is not enough, but you're still forcing people to get that 1. But it's not enough. That's why they told you to get 2 or 3 more, right? That's what they're saying. They're saying 1 is not enough, but they're telling you need to get it because it works. But they're saying 1 is not enough. You need to get 3, or now 4. And supposedly now they're going to do a yearly thing. So it's not enough. But they're still forcing you to get it. I don't know. If you guys make sense out of it, please let me know. I'm still trying to figure this out. Again, this is not about what my opinion is. It's about your opinion. So please comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. This is going to be super lit. Let's do this.
Just like the Ottawa police, they do not need to be vaccinated. It's up to them, their choice. Meanwhile, other companies are firing people. Nurses are getting kicked out. Doctors are leaving. And you're fucking crying it's a short staff. Like, Ford, what the fuck are you thinking, man? You got all this shit going down, and you're causing your own roadblocks. You know, this is what this is about. Forcing people for something that they don't want to do. It's their choice. That's what friggin' freedom is about. Not what it's about now. This is
my body,
you
my
guys
choice.
Telling us what to do. You know what? This is for Big Red.
Listen, I agree with that 1,000%. My body, my choice, period. That goes for everybody out there. It's your body, your choice. But the thing is, they say they're encouraging. But it's not really encouragement when you're telling them, when you're telling them, if you don't work, you can't leave the country. You're hostage here. If you don't get it, you can't work. If you don't get it, you can't go into places. If you can't eat in places, that's not encouragement. That's an ultimatum. You're giving me an ultimatum. If you don't do it, then you can't do this. That's an ultimatum. That's not encouragement. So, I don't know. Again, you guys let me know. Comment down below.
Chris, and same with Rooster out there, brothers. You guys hold the line, man. Hold the line. You tell the guys out there at Windsor border, you tell them to hang on to it, man. Stay on that bridge until it falls in the goddamn river. Just hold it. This is bullshit. You guys have gone too far to let them go. And the Ottawa police, that's another thing. Like, whatever. They're a bunch of friggin' government goons. The ones that are acting on the politicians' reaction. They're not for the people. They're not. I can't believe what they're doing.
I am calling on my military and police comrades, all of you, all of us who have sworn a personal oath to protect our family, our friends, and our community, to now stand up and protect your loved ones against this government-forced medical tyranny. You chose to serve because you wanted to give back to your community. And instead, the government has turned your love for community and your loyalty against you. And you are now a weapon against the very people you love. Brothers and sisters, you can't be forever changing indiscriminate government measures which use fear and violence, and also be for your loved ones and for freedom. You have to choose. I am asking you to choose your family and your community. This is why you serve. And this is your moment to be a hero for your loved ones. They deserve the truth. They deserve to be protected. I am also calling on all Canadians to join in solidarity together. Freedom and love for our community. Freedom to choose who you want to be, where you want to live, what you want to experience and learn, what your spirituality is and what you want to practice, who you want to love.
That's freedom.
What you want to put in your own bodies is the foundation of our democracy in Canada. We cannot let freedom die with this generation.
Either the vaccines are generally effective or generally
ineffective.
True.
If they are effective, and my brother and sister who's next to me in the fire truck, let's suppose they don't have a vaccine, and I do,
Right.
because the vaccine's effective, their choice not to get vaccinated is not harming me, because we know the vaccines are generally largely effective.
Right. That's common sense. If it's effective, if it's effective or it's ineffective. If it's effective, then you get it. You don't have to worry about me because it's effective. But if it's not effective, if it's ineffective, let's get into it.
If you say they're not effective, well, then the question is, why would you require that one take a vaccine that is ineffective? As far as I know, through this whole pandemic,
Guys,
we've had...
This is a reasonable people here. This is not no Nazi. This is none of that. This is reasonable, like, understanding. You guys let me know, man. I gotta wheel that back one more time because it just makes too much sense, and I just want to really, really understand that, because
mandates don't make sense. The blurb I read there said that that vaccines provide a high level of protection against the COVID-19 virus. Either the vaccines are generally effective or generally ineffective. If they are effective, and my brother and sister who's next to me in the fire truck, let's suppose they don't have a vaccine, and I do,
right,
because the vaccine's effective, their choice not to get vaccinated is not harming me, because we know the vaccines are generally largely effective. If you say they're not effective, well, then the question is, why would you require that one take a vaccine that is ineffective? As far as I know, through this whole pandemic, we've had 1, 2, maybe 3 cases here that I know of. Certainly no outbreak. As far as I know, these were individual cases that occurred elsewhere. And because we had protocols in place, things didn't spread. We were able to serve the community despite the danger out there. And that takes me, I guess, to my closing point. Part of our business in the fire service is assessing risk. We have a saying that we will risk a lot if there's a chance to save a lot, and we will risk little when there's a chance to only save a little. And I think that ties in with what's missing here in a risk assessment. We could ask, is it safe to get in one of these trucks and drive down the highway? Would it be safer to get in the truck and drive down the highway, or to stay put? Would it be safer to stop at the side of a busy highway, or would it be safer to move on? Would it be safer to go into an environment where there's smoke and heat and other unpredictable elements, or would it be safer not to? Right. Clearly, if you look at those questions, it would be safer for us never to leave the fire hall.
True.
But of course, we do leave the fire hall, because what we're doing is we're asking ourselves, is it worth the risk to get in one of these trucks to go help a member of the community if they've rolled their vehicle and they're stuck in a ditch? We will risk our own lives. We risk the health and safety of other people in the community as we drive these trucks. We do our best to be as careful as we can.
That's true too.
But they're inherently dangerous.
Because they can hit you. When they're driving, sometimes they put on their sirens or whatever, and they are risking, because I've been almost hit. I've been in the car and I see one of these guys and they don't stop. So they are, it's great.
We do. Yet we see that there's something more important. That is the citizen who needs help, someone who's in distress, someone whose property is on fire, or whose health and safety is in peril.
Right.
So it's not about whether or not we take risks, but it's balancing those risks with the cost associated with them. So technically, I guess if we require proof of vaccine.
Guys, let me know. Do these guys seem unreasonable? Because I don't think so. I really don't. But I want to know what you guys think.
I guess on some technical level, things will be a little bit safer. But we have to ask at what cost? Are not civil liberties and freedoms of conscience and to decide
one's own choice when it comes to vaccine? Are those not important enough to be risking maybe a little bit to preserve these fundamental rights? And is it not worthwhile to risk a little bit to preserve the rights of people to keep their status private? For these reasons, I will not be submitting my proof of vaccine. And as long as you'll allow me, I'll continue to answer the call when the pager goes off, and I'll do my best with my brothers and sisters to serve our community. And if you want to stop me from doing that, I know that that might be a consequence, but until that time, I'll do my best.
He was fired? Dang, man. He was fired? And this man, he said, oh, man. Let's watch this. Honestly, like, let's watch it.
To faithfully serve this community. Thank you.
This is crazy.
When I met with HR, they did indicate, or they sort of stated as a matter of fact, that I was in the fire hall in my uniform.
That you were what? A racist? That you were a racist? You were misogynistic because you didn't get a vaccine? Because you were what did they say? A tinfoil hat wearing, the flat earthers, like, bro, this is crazy. Oh my god, this is not even funny, but it's crazy. Let's get to it.
Don't explicitly say that that's contrary to a code of ethics, but they certainly allude to that. I did my best to frame the shot so that none of the township logos were there. I didn't mention the name of the township. I think that anyone who would watch that video would be very clear that I was speaking for myself, that I was not speaking on behalf of the department or speaking in my capacity or my former capacity as a public educator for the fire department. But I do think that is what they at least used anyway to justify firing me.
So I'm Constable Erin Howard, coming to you from Ontario, Canada. I really wanted to give a shout out to all the truckers. I think what you guys are doing is incredible.
Yo, shout out to the truckers. Shout out to the truckers. I love you guys, man. You know, you're doing this for everybody, even for the people that are complaining about you, that the noise is so loud and they can't take it. And I know, I understand. I have compassion and for those people. I understand they have work to do in the morning and so on and so forth. But in every protest, it's not gonna be like, you know, there's not gonna be people, you know, annoyed from it, even though they might not realize it right now. If all this stuff is for all Canadians, whether people want to complain. So shout outs to you guys, man. Shout outs to everybody out there that's always, even the veterans, the soldiers that go out there every day, the police officers that are out there that don't want to be out there, and they're doing it because they have to, because they have a family to provide for. Shout outs to all you guys. But most importantly to these truckers, because you know, I know they're blue collar guys and they're stand up guys and they're out here, you know, doing it for the people. Ultimately, it's for the people. So let's get back to this video.
Hey there. So I'm Constable Erin Howard, coming to you from Ontario, Canada. I really wanted to give a shout out to all the truckers. I think what you guys are doing is incredible. You're fighting for our rights and freedoms. And right now it feels like we're a little bit at war and those rights and freedoms are at stake. So you guys are honestly true heroes. What you're doing is just incredible. I will be in Ottawa when you guys roll in. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of Police on Guard, and we are thrilled and honored to be able to be there. I can't wait to meet you guys. Hope to talk to a lot of you in person. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a shout out and some support, and keep rolling, and we'll see you in Ottawa.
Woo!
I'm a police officer in Ontario, Canada, and I just wanted to make a quick video to share with all of you.
Another peace officer.
I've been a police officer for almost 12 years, and I am still very proud to serve my community. When I was hired, I swore an oath, and that oath is very simple. It is uphold the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and to serve and protect my community.
Our freedoms, our charter and freedoms, that's our constitutional rights, guys. Come on now.
To the citizens,
no one's above that.
please know that there are officers all over Canada that want nothing more than to see our country return back to the beautiful state that it was. A lot of us do want to speak out and come forward, and we can't because we're being reprimanded when we do so. I am still going to uphold the charter because that's what I believe in, and that's what I was hired to do. I stand for freedom, and I stand for the quick return of our country back to normal.
Woo! I stand
Thank
for
you,
freedom
and
too, baby.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Hold on. Did you guys see that? None of these cops were wearing masks, were they? I don't even know. I wasn't even really like. I was getting caught up with it. But look at the beauty. This is what. Listen, this is what they don't want you to see. Actually, now just remembering, this is exactly what they were. They were mad. It was all over the TV that they were like gonna investigate these police officers because that's just when they got that cloud border from Montana. I remember how it's called, that city in like anyways, I don't want to butcher it. And they were mad. They were like saying, "Oh, we're gonna investigate," because there was all this hugging, and you know these people are so-called enemy of the state, and they're evil and horrible people that are, you know. Look at this. This is the horrible people they're talking about. Oh my God. But no one's wearing masks. And they're hugging each other. Okay, he's wearing a mask. She's not wearing a mask. None of these guys wearing masks. Besides him. See the respect, guys? The respect. This is what you don't want you to see. Horrible people, look at them.
On guard for
Nah,
thee.
these are the Canadian people.
God keep our land.
They don't want you to see, guys.
I think what you're looking for is for us to put people in jail for honking their horn.
I'm with Dr. Piran Brittle. So what do you want to say to other doctor, physician?
Sure, yeah. So this is important because the colleges, you know, the licensing bodies for physicians in Canada right now are really going hard at the physicians. They're dictating what they can and can't do with their patients. And this is very important because, you know, that's obviously a problem. But one thing I want people to understand is for those physicians that don't agree with the vaccine mandates and all the things that are going on right now in the context of medicine and how it's being practiced, what I want you to understand is I understand that many of you are afraid. And we see that. We see that among the police. While there's police officers who are too afraid to speak up because they're afraid they're going to lose their job, well, they're not. They have fellow police officers who are losing their job. Well, for the physicians that are out there, and I am working with many, many physicians right now, if you're afraid to speak up right now because you're worried about losing your job, you need to keep in mind that while you don't speak up, while you refuse to speak up, you have many, many colleagues who are trying to speak up or are actively speaking up and losing their jobs, having their licenses pulled or their licenses limited. And Canadians all over need to understand right now, if you are not currently part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. It's not okay to stay silent and not stand up right now.
And you know the funny part is now he says that it's like what happened with the nurses. All the nurses actually quit. Or not quit, sorry, they just stopped going. They protested pretty much, and then they had a shortage on nurses that they had to go back under, you know, the mandate on all the nurses having to do it because the nurses were like stuck together. So ultimately this guy, he's right what he's saying. Got to stick together at the end of the day. I don't know what you guys think. That's my opinion, but again, my opinion doesn't even matter right now. I want to hear what you guys got to say.
The license is limited, and Canadians all over need to understand right now, if you are not currently part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. It's not okay to stay silent and not stand up right now. We need Canadians all over, especially physicians, especially among the physicians. If you don't believe in what's going on right now, you have to stand up right now and fight for the rights of your patients and for the rights of all Canadians and their freedoms. Because again, if you remain silent now, then you are complicit, and that means you are a part of the problem. So please, step out of this fear. Step out from the shroud of fear and speak up and do what's right.
And we already know, guys, fear is not something you want. It doesn't prevail. It actually cripples you. And honestly, I hope you guys really like this video. I did it because I'm just trying to do my part to just inform you guys and let you guys see that, at least for me, it was like that. It was like just realizing that it wasn't necessarily just a bunch of truckers that felt this way. And the media doesn't really portray that. The media portrays these white supremacy, homophobic, racist, all types of words that you can imagine, fancy words, disrespectful words, and these are, I don't know about you guys, but these are, and one, they're all officers of the state. They all work for the government. This guy is a cop. This guy's a doctor. You know, all the polices, and there's so many more. There's so many people. Just imagine if these are the people that have come out and gotten fired or, you know, gotten in trouble over this. Imagine so many of the people that aren't saying nothing, that are out there actually, which I can imagine so many are. Just like so many people got the vaccine not because they wanted to, but because they were forced. And you might say they're not forced, but they're forced because when you're telling them that you can't eat, you can't work or make money because you don't get vaccinated, that's being forced, and then trying to shame them. And the media has been playing on that. So this is why the media is getting the backlash on what they're getting, and this is a force. So, hey man, again, that's just what I have to say. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. But I want to hear what you guys got to say, and I'm just glad I could do this video. And see you guys next time. Yeah.